When you start in your business or you grow in your business, you kind of do, everything goes well to start with, got new clients, providing great value, etc. And then you hit a plateau. My stressful moment recently was, so we've been through the acquisition process of selling GoProposal, and so it's been the most intense year of my life actually. And then so for the 3 months prior to the deal completing, I was waking up at 4:30 every day. So 5:30 is normal, but 4:30 was it. In the last month, it went to 3:30, and in the last week, I was up at 2:30 every day. And obviously, I was like working to a deadline that kept getting dragged out for another month. So, but I knew I had an end to it. But if there wasn't an end, I don't know what I would have done. So I can sustain it if I know I'm getting to a point. But the word I use is a breaking point. So I find a breaking point quite healthy, and there's someone I'm not going to single her out in this room, but anyway, that I spoke to last week who was at a breaking. When I spoke to her, I recognised she was at a breaking point. So to my mind is, when you start in your business or you grow in your business, you kind of do, everything goes well to start with, got new clients, providing great value, etc. And then you hit a plateau. So at some point you hit a plateau and you just can't break through it. And at that point, you're now at breaking point, and you've got a few options. One is you're going to break away and say, screw this, I'm off to get a job, I'm going to do something completely different. If you don't do that, you'll break down, and you'll have a breakdown. And what, to my mind, a breakdown is your body's been giving you signs for a while, saying this is too much. You've ignored my signs. I've been showing you what's going on, and if you don't listen, you will stop at some point. And that is not a negative thing at all. That's a point to reset. And there's some great books around that, around actually, like when you break down, fully break down, like it's actually a gift to fully break down and re-emerge off the other side. Or the alternative is to break through. And if you're going to break through, there's a couple of ways of doing that. One is, what most people do is they just struggle with it, and they just like, I'll figure it out, I'll find a way of doing it. I think it's hardwired that we just try and figure a way through, but we don't know how long that process takes. It's very tiring. But the better way to get to break through is to model your behaviour on someone who's already at the other side of it. So it's to find someone who's achieving the results that you want, whether that's achieving the results in their business, or they're just more chilled out than you, or their kids are happier than you, whatever it is, right? They're achieving something you want, and it's literally to go and find them people and say, how are you doing that, and what can I do to get closer to you?